This Nasdaq listed penny stock is exploding. This is the #1 stock on my watch list right now. AQST stock is already on a massive run, up 60% in just over a week, and up more than 100% since I talked about this stock back in January, but with a massive catalyst due within the next few days, this stock is ready to explode. In this video, I will analyze AQST stock and give you my thoughts on why I think that this could be one of the biggest gainers of the month. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. This stock has insane potential and I will explain what is going on in this video. Later in the video I will explain what price I expect Aquestive to hit in the coming weeks. This could double your money or even triple your money, so keep watching until the end and let me know if you agree or disagree with my analysis in the comment section below. Before we get into the video, I want to thank all you guys who have watched my recent videos. It's been great to hear from so many of you again after taking such a long break from YouTube. And a big welcome to all the new subscribers. Last month we broke above 17,000 subscribers. Yet so many of you guys are still not subscribed. Like 85% of viewers in the past 28 days are still unsubscribed. Fix that right now and stop missing out on the great recent calls that have made over 400% in the past few weeks. For example, when I spoke about Aquestive back in January, the stock was only $2.30. I said that this was the best stock to buy right now for a 100% gain. Now only a few weeks later, the stock is up over $4. And look at my other videos too and you will see a similar theme. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel and stop missing out. Smashing the thumbs up costs nothing, but it helps the channel out so much. Can we get another 200 likes on this video? Please try, help make that happen. Finally, I want to point out that this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Now let's get straight into it. Aquestive Therapeutics is a pharmaceutical company that advances and commercializes medicines to solve therapeutic problems and meaningfully improve people's lives. They create innovative drug delivery technology and scientific expertise to redesign important medicines. They have developed a very innovative delivery technology called Pharm Film. This gives patients with complex dosing challenges a simple, non-invasive and more convenient way to dose, with no mixing, chewing or swallowing. This technology in time has the potential of eliminating all oral pills, gels and injections. This oral film could be dissolved on your tongue, which would avoid a lot of toxins and would be effective much faster. Aquestive has focused on applying its technology to address unmet patient needs in CNS conditions including epilepsy. The company's first proprietary commercial product was approved by the FDA for the treatment of seizures associated with LGS. The company is also investigating Libervant as a fast-acting oral rescue treatment for increased bouts of seizure activity. The key focus is to improve medications and outcomes for patients with central nervous system conditions. Aquestive have established a robust portfolio of treatments for CNS disorders and are advancing a late-stage pipeline with promising treatments for complex conditions. So looking at the company's presentation, we can see that AQST have a proven track record with 5 FDA-approved products, over 200 patents worldwide, and over 10 years of product sales on 6 continents. There is potential for 2 major product launches over the next 5 years, and these are for the drug Libervant, which has already received tentative approval, and the company's lead pipeline asset, AQST 109. So AQST 109 is the product that could be a game changer for the company, as this could potentially replace auto-injectors such as the EpiPen. But there is also significant partnering opportunities. The company has had many global and regional licensing agreements and product licenses on 6 continents. Aquestive Therapeutics outperforms the market. Here's what you need to know. So the specialty pharmaceutical company stock has climbed by 52.7% in the past month, exceeding the medical sector's gain of 5% and the S&P 500's gain of 3.85%. Now this article was only a few days ago and is already out of date. Aquestive is up more than 60% this week alone. But importantly, the company is scheduled to release its earnings on March 5th. The company is expected to report EPS of -8 cents, up 65.2% from the prior year quarter. Meanwhile, the Zacks consensus estimate for revenue is projecting net sales of $11.8 million, up 10% from a year ago period. And I will look closer at the financials later in this video. So what do analysts think of Aquestive? 3 analysts have set 12-month price targets for AQST stock in the last 3 months. The average price target is $4.33, with a high forecast of $6 and a low forecast of $3. Looking at market beat, we can see that AQST is currently at the top of its 50-day range and is now at its 52-week high. But the market cap for Aquestive is only about $283 million, which is still low in my opinion considering the upcoming catalysts. Now, although AQST stock is at the top of its 52-week range, you might be thinking, don't buy now at the top, it's better to wait for the dip and it will surely be cheaper. But remember that when I spoke about AQST back in January, the stock was trading at only $2 at the time, yet this was also its 52-week high. Aquestive has only been going in one direction, and that is very clearly upwards. And I will show this on the charts in just a moment. We can see that the most recent price targets have been set by H.C. Wainwright and Wedbush, who have both rated this stock as a buy and given price targets of between $4 and $6. Now, Aquestive Therapeutics last released its quarterly earnings data back in November, which I will look at in just a moment, but first let's take a look at the charts and then we can look at the most recent financials. This is very important considering that AQST will be releasing their latest earnings report on March 5th. Looking at the charts, we can see the incredible run that Aquestive stock is on at the moment. Having been trading sideways for most of January and February, suddenly AQST has taken off. The stock has gained over 60% in the past week alone. With the stock currently trading at $4.24, it is trading at its highest price in more than 2 years. But it is also at a historic level of resistance. As long as AQST continues to move upwards next week, then the next level of resistance could be at about $6.30. But considering the upcoming catalysts with FDA approval, I do feel that the stock will keep rising for at least another few weeks. Guys, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. This stock is over $4 right now, but I have been talking about Aquestive since it was only $1.50 back in 2022 and 2023. That is a 200% gain. And we recently made a massive 200% gain following ICU stock as it headed towards FDA approval too. There was a massive sell-off, selling the FDA news on the stock last week, but it has also provided a good entry point for new investors. Now, in my opinion, there is a lot more upside than downside right now for AQST, but beware of another sell the news event when FDA approval comes. I will speak a bit more about the key dates before the end of this video, so stick around for that. Over on Simply Wall Street, they gave AQST stock a rating of 3 out of 6 on the valuation metrics, while they have rated the stock as being 66% undervalued, and placing a fair value estimate of $12.77 on this stock. So looking at Aquestive's most recent 10Q, we can see that they have total assets of $59 million, which is primarily made up of cash and cash equivalents of $24.9 million. In contrast to this, we can see that they have liabilities of $162 million, giving a liability to asset ratio of more than 6 to 1, and this is very important. This is never good to see. It is never good to see a company's liabilities far outweigh its assets. However, an exception can be made in this industry because it comes down to getting drugs approved before these companies can see revenues. So for biotech and pharma companies, I prefer to look at liquidity and the current ratios. Aquestive have current assets of $42 million and current liabilities of $24 million. So that means that over the next 12 months, they actually have a current ratio of nearly 2 to 1 in favor of assets, and they have $25 million in cash, so there's no problems here. Now, it's very important that the company does not burn through its cash too quickly, and in the case of Aquestive, they need to be getting FDA approval, as this is a major hurdle for this company, but Aquestive do have a fantastic history in this regard. Looking at the income statement, we can see that the company has revenue of $37 million for the first 9 months of 2023, and after deducting the operating expenses, this gives the company a small profit for the 9-month period. So before we end this video, I want to be very clear on a few things and give you my conclusion. If you've watched all the way through, then please hit the like button, it really helps the channel out a lot. So in my conclusion, I think that this is a fantastic opportunity for AQST. I think the stock will continue to increase over the coming months, leading up to the FDA date in April. Now, I don't want to be overly negative, but I feel that so much depends on this. When I'm looking across social media at the moment, I'm seeing a lot of positivity about Aquestive Therapeutics, and that's brilliant. But after looking over the financials of the company, it highlights a couple of issues. As I said just a few moments ago, their total liabilities far outweigh their total assets, and this is very concerning. Now, in the short term, everything's okay, current assets are greater than current liabilities, but going beyond the next 12 months, there's a lot of liabilities related to future revenues and loans payable. As far as I'm concerned, the decision for the FDA in April 28th is huge. The stock could skyrocket on a favourable decision, or it could plummet. Importantly though, Libervant has already received tentative approval from the FDA for the same indication in patients aged 12 years and older back in August 2022. So I think that the odds are in our favour on this one, and I expect the share price to be much higher than the current price by the time April comes around. But it doesn't stop there. Hopefully, this FDA approval will just be the beginning as the company continues on a critical path with Anaphylm in 2024. Let me know your thoughts, and if you're new, hit the subscribe button and bell notification. Follow me on Twitter, linked in the description below, and I'll catch you in the next one.